through this process. So I'm going to take and switch to sharing my screen. And I've already logged into the dashboard. And you're familiar with this because you've seen this before. I mean, going in there, there is a little difference in the sense that I'm using Rank Math as an SEO plugin versus all-in-one SEO, which I used on the old site and numerous other clients. I just have not been happy with the updates that all-in-one SEO has implemented. So I switched to this other tool, and we'll see how that works. I mean, they give you a little dashboard look as to what's going on in impressions, clicks, etc. So once you log in, one of the first things you'll see is over in the left-hand column under home, it says updates. So there are some updates that need to be taken care of. Now, when I sent that document regarding the maintenance, it basically says you can take and make this an automatic update, okay? So WordPress can be automatically updated, the plugins and the themes. And I'll show you how to do that if you want to go through that process. I don't necessarily recommend it, only because it can and has caused some problems in the past. Now, one of the nice things with the new site is there's fewer tools on it than the old site. The other site had a lot of different plugins and a lot of different tools, and there's so many things that you had to update. And we had problems where if you updated something, all of a sudden something else broke. So that's why, you know, the need for getting a new website was, you know, somewhat necessary. So anyhow, there's two plugins. There's two tools here that are updated, but you can see WordPress is already up to the latest version, 5.62. Okay, there's a new version coming out called 5.7. I don't know when that's going to be, but we've been sort of alerted that it's going to be happening. And that is not set for automatic update. There is a way to do that, but again, I don't recommend it. And the reason being is WordPress will release their updates to all the developers before their update is released to the general public, so the developers can take and update their tools, themes, and plugins to meet the new requirements of WordPress. And I have seen recently where WordPress has done that, and WordPress has automatically updated on some websites and has broke the website because the theme, the latest theme updates were not installed yet to meet the new requirements for the WordPress update. Weird. So that's sort of how that works. So anyhow, what I suggest is just do the manual updates. But if you really get tired of it, you can take and do some on automatic. But what I usually say is you, instead of starting from the top and going down, you start from the bottom and work your way up. In other words, start with the theme and update the theme. And I've got the premium version of Updraft Plus included on your website right now. So what that does is it automatically will take and do an incremental backup to the website. And what this does is it actually backs up basically the database and the theme from the old set onto your Google Drive. So it's an off-server backup. So for disaster recoveries, you can always, you know, select that and recover from that and move the site to another location. And I'll show you a little bit about where some of these things are located as far as doing a full backup and where the backup sets are available. I'm only going to take and do this one. I'm not going to take and do any, the other one, the WPS hide login. It's taking a little while.
So should I do that later?
Yeah, you can. And I'll show you. Okay, so this is finished running. Now it's going to tell me that it's been successful, and now it's going to run the update. Now, people, if they tried to go to the website, they're going to see it's in maintenance mode. Okay. There'll be a little, just a blank screen saying WordPress, the website's being updated, it's in maintenance mode. So sometimes you want to do these things in like late in the afternoon or early evening where it's not going to have too much of a business impact. It seemed like, according to Google Analytics, your website had the lowest amount of traffic. I mean, really early in the morning. I mean, like 6 o'clock to 7, or at in the evening, at early evening around 6 o'clock. So probably the, supper time, 6 to 7 is maybe a time to do it. But again, you can do it just about any time. Now, one of the things that it is taking a little bit longer is because of the GoDaddy server. This is a lot faster on Green Geeks. I don't care. All the sites that I've moved over to Green Geeks, this process is extremely fast. So I'm only recommending that you stay on GoDaddy for a while. Mid-September is when the SSL certificate needs to be renewed. And I would make a point of actually moving the website probably in August over to Green Geeks. And that would be at the latest. So anyway.
Now, is that something that you will automatically do?
No, I don't automatically do that. I will work with you to get that done. Okay, when I say that is because I want to take and make sure the login credentials are yours and not mine.
Okay, do I need to remind you in August, or are you going to remind me?
No, I can take and put a, like a task on my thing saying it's just a reminder to take and do
Okay.
this. Okay, so just to give you an idea, you go to the plugin page and, oh, I don't see it over here. Oh. Usually, well, that's interesting. Doesn't have it. Well, I'll have to see why that is. Usually it would say on the right side over here, enable automatic updates. I will take and look at that and see if you want that enabled. I can do that. Let's see. Back to settings.
Wait, go back. You said enable the updates on the plugins.
Yeah, you can enable automatic updates, but right now I don't see that as a function. And the same thing would be with a theme. You could enable automatic updates on a theme. But again, that functionality is not present right now. And I think it's a setting in a file, a WordPress file, and I'll have to look at that and tweak it. Okay.